Hello there and welcome to a brand new lesson. This is How Beyond Numbers, where we learn maths the easy way. In this lesson, we are looking at linear equations in one variable. Without much ado, let's quickly look into it. So when we talk of linear equation, what do we mean? An equation is a linear one if the highest power of the variable is 1. What do we mean by the highest power of the variable is 1? So if I have an equation such as 3x plus 5 and it's equal to 20, the variable in question here is x. So if you have a variable, any variable at all, then the power is simply the number on top of it, the superscript. You see? So the superscript here, since there is nothing, we say it is 1. The superscript here, or the power or the exponent, is 2. That here is 3. So when we talk of a linear equation, that will simply mean that if you have the equation, the variable has the highest power of 1. Anything apart from the power being 1 is not a linear equation. It is not a linear equation. So for instance, if you have x squared plus 5 being equal to 20, this is not linear. It is not linear because of the power we have here. You see? So the power of the variable determines whether an equation is linear or not. So the goal of solving a linear equation is simply looking for that magic number in place of the variable that makes the left-hand side to be equal to the right-hand side. That is, we want the value of x such that if we substitute into the left-hand side, we are going to get an answer which is equal to what we get on the right-hand side. That is the whole goal of solving linear equations. Now, to help us solve this type of equation, we look at what we call the balance method. So solving linear equation using the balance method makes you tune your mind to a weighing scale. That is, if you want the left-hand side to be equal to the right-hand side, then whatever you do to the left-hand side, do the same thing to the right-hand side. If you add any number to the left-hand side, add the same to the right-hand side. If you subtract any number from the right-hand side, you do the same to the left-hand side. And by so doing, you are able to solve for your variable. Let's look at actual examples that applies the balance method to solve linear equations. So for our first question here, we have to solve 3x minus 4 equals 11. So we have 3x minus 4 is equal to 11. So the goal of all this is to look for the number x such that if we substitute our x, we would get 11 both at the left-hand side and the right-hand side. So using the balancing method, we want to isolate the x. So we look for the number it is in particular. The first number we can take away is what? The negative 4. So how do we neutralize negative 4? We look at the inverse of negative 4. That is a positive 4. So we would add positive 4 to the left-hand side and also add it to the right-hand side. So that we have 3x minus 4, and then we add what? 4 equals 11. Now, we would also have to add 11 here. So the aim is just to make sure if we are to undo everything, we'll get back this same equation. So that if I come and then I clean this positive 4 from both sides, I get the same equation. You see? So with that done, we can say the negative 4 plus 4 gives us 0. And hence for the left-hand side, we have 3x being equal to 11 plus 4. We know 11 plus 4 gives us a 15. Now we want our x. So the next obstacle here is the 3. And the inverse operation of multiplication, which is what is between the 3, and x is division. So we divide both sides by 3, and with that, this 3 divides this 3, and what do we have left? We have our x left. So we have x being equal to 15 divided by 3, which gives us a 5. So the value of x that makes this equation true is what? 5. So if you are to substitute and then check if it is true, then what we are going to do is we have 3, then into bracket our x, and we have said our x is 5. So 5, then minus 4. 3 times 5 gives us a 15. We have our minus 4. 15 minus 4 gives us 11, which is the same as what we had at or on our right hand side. So this is how we use the balancing method to solve for equation. Now there are cases where you might have more than one variables of x. And we make it simple by grouping and simplifying the like term first. Let's look at such examples. So for our second example, what do we have here? It says 5x plus 2 minus 2x equals 14. So 5x plus 2 minus 2x equals 14. So what we need to do is, since there are more than one terms containing x, you would have to group them together and simplify. We do that by moving them with the signs in front of them. For the first one, we have 5x. So 5x, we are done with this. Then the next term with x is what? A negative 2x. So negative 2x. And then we have a positive 2, which is equal to 14. With this, we have 5x minus 2x. 5x minus 2x gives us a 3x. We have 3x plus 2, which is equal to the 14. Now, we will need to take out this positive 2. So we said with the balancing method, whatever you do to the left-hand side, you do the same to the right-hand side. To neutralize the 2, we will need to subtract 2. And since we have done that to the left-hand side, we need to do the same to the right-hand side. So that we have our 3x, positive 2 minus 2 gives us 0. So we have 0, which is equal to our 14 minus 2. 14 minus 2 gives us a 12. Once again, we have an obstacle to our x. So we remove that obstacle by what? Dividing, because it is multiplying. We have 12 divided by 3 and 3x divided by 3. This x cancels out this x. So they are left with just an x. 12 divided by 3 gives us a 4. So our x is equal to 4. And with this, I would like you to substitute your x and then try and see if evaluating will give you your 14 you have here. So our x is equal to 4, and that is just the solution is that. So to check your solution, whether what you have done is correct, then you would substitute. So I'll substitute this for you, and in a subsequent one, you substitute yourself to check whether or not your answer is correct. So we had 5x plus 2 minus 2x. We are saying is equal to 14. We solve for our x to be 5. So substituting with a value of x, which we had to be 4, we are going to have the x into bracket our x, which is 4. Then plus 2, negative 2 into bracket the x again, which is what? 4. Now we simplify and see if we will really get 14. So we have 5 times 4, which gives us a 20. Then plus 2, then 2 times 8 gives us, then 2 times 4 gives us a negative 8. Now 20 plus 2 gives us a 22. And 22 minus 8. Does it give us a 14? Let's try and see. So 22 minus 8, yes, it does give us a 14. We have 14 being equal to 14. But assuming the left-hand side was not equal to the right-hand side, then that should tell you that the answer we had for x being 4 is wrong, and you have to solve again. You do not always need to confirm your answer. I would say take your time through the steps and get your right answer. But if you still have the feeling of confirming your answer just to improve your accuracy, you can always do it. Let's solve one last example and we'll be done for this session. So for this last example, you realize that it says we have to solve 2x plus 7 equals x plus 12. So we have 2x plus 7 equals x, then plus 12. So we need to make sure our x's are grouped together, and then the constants are also grouped together, and then we can solve. So with this x, and then applying the balance method, we'll move all the x's to the left hand side. So let's move this x all the way here so that we have 2x plus 7. And on the right hand side, we are going to subtract an x. So we need to do the same to the left hand side. So minus x, which is equal to, you have your x, then minus x plus 12. So with this, it is obvious x minus x goes away, so that we have 2x plus 7 minus x equals 12. Now for this, we also need to take away this positive 7, so that we have 2x plus 7. And since it is positive 7, we can only remove it by subtracting 7. So minus 7, we have the right hand side. Since we have taken away 7 from the left hand side, we need to do the same to the right hand side so that the balance is maintained. So minus 7. In this case, negative 7 and positive 7 cancel each other. And then we have 2x minus x being equal to the 12 minus 7. So with this, we have our 2x minus x, which gives us an x, and 12 minus 7, which then gives us a 5. And this is the solution to the equation we have above. So the value of x that makes the left-hand side equal to the right-hand side is what? 5. You can do your substitution and confirm and let me know in the comment section. So we'll end this lesson here, and in our subsequent lesson, we'll actually look at how we can solve linear equations involving brackets. As usual, I'll leave with some exercises so you try on your own. So these are 6 questions you can try on your own. They are very, very simple and basic as well. I do hope you'll be able to do them. See you in our next lesson where we look at those involving brackets. If this is your first time on this channel and you do think it will be of help to you, you can subscribe if you so do wish, so that anytime I release a video, you'll be notified as well. Bye for now and stay safe.